Hey guys, what's up? Albion here, and we are here in Stirling, the centre of Stirlingshire in bonny old Scotland. And I'm here on this southern end of the historical centre. To my left, your right, is Kings Park Road and And on my right, your left, behind me, is St Ninian's Road going southwards. So I'm at one end, I'm going to go through the city centre, look at some beautiful buildings here, stop off, read all the plaques, check out some monuments, and yeah, we're going to end up towards the castle with hopefully some beautiful views. Now, I have been to the castle before, that's where my family currently are. I'm not going to go there again, although I'd highly recommend it if you are coming to Scotland and you're going this way, because it's gorgeous, it's truly, truly magnificent. I'm going to go to the jail because I haven't done that before, but hopefully we can go into some churches on the way, and yeah, let's do some exploring. This is where we started off. Lovely fountain with a nice little cherub. I think he's blowing, or is he drinking from the fountain? I'm not sure. It's got a little like horn or cornucopia, whatever it's called. And here we have a little tower, a little clock tower. So let's check this out. Again, I do remember this from the first time I've been here, but they've got a small little door, which is actually quite cool. Comes up to my chest, so pretty small door. Presented to the town of Stirling by his widow. Ellen Christie something. I don't know what that word says. Sovereign Field, Harvest, Stirling, 3rd of March 1906. Relatively new. I imagine that's the man then, who is the widower of that. Got some cool little sexton there. Oh, the Star of David in the middle. Sexton, some kind of knightly order. They've got the thistles hidden there as well. Is that the Order of the Garter? Something there? What does that say? Excelsis Deo Gloria in, no, say, some kind of Latin. Interesting stuff. More here. Okay, it's the same as the other one. Oh, in memory of George Christie. Okay, there we go. Provost of Stirling, there we go. So this is, okay, the other side's the widow. The widower side, interesting. We're gonna just gonna do a quick detour down this way. It's not a detour, it's the same way, but beautiful residential areas and houses, as you can see. It's down there as well. Gorgeous kind of, I don't know, sandstone? Beautiful orangey red hues. Lovely. So we should be coming up to the old wall at the end of this road. Take a right and it should hit us slap bang in the face. Oh, someone's been naughty, they got a parking ticket. Tut tut tut. That's not what you want on your holidays. We've all been there. So it's been quite a while since I've actually filmed before. I've done some odds and sods back here in the UK. Nothing of note from memory. And since I'm in Scotland, the land of my forebearers. I'm not sure if there's a word for the women of your ancestry. Anyway, as I'm here with my family, visiting the rest of my family, I thought I'd get the old gimbal out and do some vlogging. As I said, my parents, well, my dad rather, my dad and my brother are at the Stirling Castle at the moment, and it's nice to have some alone time, so whip the camera out and let's go for a walk around. See, gorgeous houses, I imagine. You just throw the stuff now. Spectacular. My dad actually just called me then. Quickly run away. So let's see this old wall. Hope you guys saw that. Oh, interesting. October 1984. I wonder what it looked like beforehand. But this would have been the extent of the old city then. So this would have been, I guess, the outer perimeter, and some of the houses and stuff would have all been here. Then obviously as the town grew bigger and etc, kind of sprawled out. But we are basically in the town city, as you can see. Back walk, art gallery, Albert Hall's Castle in Old Town, tourist information and library, gorgeous flowers. This is the first week in August. Very busy with tourists at the moment. I dread to think how much these would cost. They're getting some renovation done. Not sure what, but they've got access to the roof. Beautiful church. There's the so this is basically the old town centre in front of us. It kind of stops at, well, that building there, and kind of goes up, loops around to the castle, which is up in this direction. So we could go that way, but we're going to go this way. So go see some statues. And as you can see, here's the old wall. So it's extremely busy with tourists at the moment. Tomorrow there is, well, there has been this week in Scotland, an international cycling tournament, and they're actually in Stirling tomorrow for a few days. We've been staying at University of, oh, that's a pub. The City Wars, check that out. I don't know if you can see that behind me, that's actually really cool. There's a pub right there. Anyway, I've been distracted by booze. But they're in Stirling. We've been staying at the university grounds accommodation, and some of the team are staying there. Some of the technicians are in the car park. So Canadians, saw some Qataris, everybody. It's yeah, it's been quite interesting. I've heard lots and lots of Spanish being spoken, so I managed to practice my Spanish, which has been quite nice. The old town halls. The reason for the reinforcement for resisting our old enemies of England. Gates are locked at night, even in peacetime, to control entry. Interesting. Got a church here. We're just going to do a quick loop round because there's actually quite a lot to see here, and then we'll come back up past the town itself, maybe through that arch if we can get up there, or potentially that old back walk. So here we have 2 or 3 statues. Make sure I don't get run over. Campbell Bannerman and Empire's Tribute. So Prime Minister between 1905 and 1908, so for 3 years Prime Minister. Never heard of him before. That shows my ignorance. There's the cenotaph. First and Second World Wars, all those names. Dreadful, dreadful wars. Lest we forget. Ah, interesting. Okay, I can't remember this before. See that wooden stone statue figurine? Let's check it out. There's got to be some folklore here, some description. Got his buckler and his broadsword. How dapper. How dapper. Ah, this is Rob Roy. So there's actually some prejudice against McGregor. The king actually outbounds the use of the name for quite a while. So he was kind of like a cattle rustler. But yeah. Presented by Adam McGregor. Dick of Kilmarnock. That's quite unfortunate for the English speakers amongst us. The great grandchild. Oh, right. That's cool. That's not that many greats, really, in the grand scheme of things, is it? Kind of puts them into perspective. another memorial to the war dead. And there's a gorgeous view of like a fortification along the old wall. Every kind of viewpoint here is just absolutely incredible. So one of the things I really love about Stirling is the history, but it's quite a small town, at least the old part. So everything's super accessible, and there's some verticality to it, i.e. the castle is where you'd expect on top of the hill, but there's quite a lot of winding pathways to actually get up there, at least at the lower levels of the hill. And it just leads to really interesting footpaths and viewpoints, like the one we just took then of the Scottish of Rob Roy, his buckler, and one of the church towers behind with the wall. It's just layer upon layer upon history which spans thousands of years. So it's incredible, this place. Behind me is the Albert Hall. No idea what it is. Let's check it out. There is the Albert Hall. Let's go see if there's a quick plaque round the front. Albert Place, City of Stirling. I don't know what it is, maybe some kind of function hall or something, but it's gorgeous. Again, a kind of darkened, it kind of reminds me of Cotswold Stone in some regard, but it's like it's been stained. Heraldic crests above the doorway, the archway. I mean, just look at this. Look at this road. Think of all these houses, another church. Honestly, this place is just teeming with history. I had no idea this even existed. Let's go check this out. And then there's even more buildings there that are just grand and beautiful, spectacular. So my brother tells me that this has been voted the nicest place to live in Scotland, which I can see why. It's absolutely glorious. Hanging baskets of flowers, divine. So these are quite typical, actually. These kind of circular windows with that kind of floral motif in the middle. You don't see them so much down in England, but up here they're quite common. Holy Trinity, Scottish Episcopal Church. There we go. See, there's another kind of one of these motifs, like a four-leafed clover, I guess. I actually don't know what this is. There you go. I don't think we can go inside, it looks closed, but we'll go back this way and yeah, see that last statue, have a look at this church from the outside, then we'll go on up that walkway. So I've been walking for probably 15 minutes already, okay, minus the 2 minutes of me talking to my dad where I was stationary. But there's already so much to see in such a small space. It truly is just jam-packed with things to see, places to explore, buildings to look at. It's honestly fantastic. This isn't even the best bit. It says the further up you go, the closer to the castle. Maybe not necessarily the older it is, I would presume so, given the fact that this is kind of, all these things are currently outside the original city or town limits. But I know there's some gorgeous churches. There's a jail we're going to go to, spoiler alert. And yeah, just honestly incredible. See, the traffic management people are coming out for the cycling event. I imagine this is the route that they're taking as well, given the fact that they're putting up temporary arrows. Seeing the traffic enforcers out in force, ticketing, maybe in preparation for tomorrow. We'll have a quick look at this statue. This probably is Robert Burns by the looks of it, but maybe not. And then we'll have a look at this church from the front, go up this footpath and back up here past the old wall, and hopefully we can sneak in around that way. I think we can. Robert Burns, there we go. Who'd have thought it? Very, very, very famous Scottish poet. Highly praised. Came here a few times. Gorgeous. There's the cenotaph, or war memorial, and let's just look at these views. You've got the gorgeous, I don't know, is this kind of oak tree? It looks like an oak tree to me, I'm not sure. And again, you've got the Prime Minister there, church towers, just incredible place, truly stunning. Oak trees will be kept carefully treated, there we go. City centre, so these are different walks you can do. Oh, it's talking about cycle lanes, interesting, okay. So we're going to do a bit of a U-turn, just going to go to that for sale sign. Is that for sale sign for this? Because if it is, we should all go quids in, eh? I'm sure if we all chipped in a couple of quids, we could fundraise it. And, I don't know, turn it into a hide-and-seek place, who knows? Gorgeous foliage. Unfortunately, gulls are here, but we are next to a relatively major river here in Scotland. Again, more of these kind of circular motifs that time has got. I don't know how many flowers, but yeah. Oh, that's for sale. Interesting little building next to the church. Get a car like antennae, cycling racks or something on them. Spectacular. I wish we could build like this and keep our heritage, but unfortunately we don't make them like they used to, do they? We don't at all. Check these out. So this is the back walk, I believe. MP for Stirling, 1868. Wow. I'm not sure if he retired in 1908, because it refers to him being Prime Minister as well. Maybe he died? I'm actually not sure. Aha, here we go. Royal Stirling, the back walk. I was correct. As you can see, we're kind of in the southeastern part of the town. I don't think this is true north. I think what they've done is they've turned it around to kind of make it square, although I could be mistaken. There is no north compass or any kind of compass on here from what I can see. Okay, but we can go along the back walk, maybe cutting through here into Spittle Street, into St John Street, up to the jail, which is here. See the old hospital, some of the old gorgeous buildings here, up to the castle and back down, do a bit of a loop. For 5 o'clock we have an hour and 15 minutes to achieve all that, which should be possible. Cool. I didn't actually do this last time. This is actually really pretty. The Claymore and Taj, that's the other side that we can see there. Remember that sword that I said? Viking tombs in nearby as well, incredible. Pesky Vikings, be raiding. I mean, this has been restored, as that plaque said, but look how man and nature just form like a beautiful harmony between the naturally occurring rock face. Maybe it was blasted to some description, or not blasted, but carved to some description, I'm not actually sure. But then we have the man-made or man-formed kind of rockwork carefully placed. It's just spectacular with the ivy. You've got the foliage growing outside. It really does kind of, I don't know, it's just glorious. It's just honestly truly beautiful. We already have some height, as you can see. I'm not sure if this walk would have been here prior. Maybe so. I'm actually surprised about how much foliage there is, leaves falling from the trees, given that it's the first week in August, as I said. Actually, is it the 8th today? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's either the first or second week of August. Next we have a newer section of the wall. You can see the kind of steel or wrought iron, I actually don't know, metal, let's just say metal reinforcement poles, and you see these in some kind of old houses. Basically, I think they're there for when the force of the earth behind the wall exerts pressure against it. These are either driven into like a ground bank, or there's a plate at the other side that kind of provides reinforcement onto the wall. And I'll imagine these ones here at the top with the spokes are the same. You can kind of see signs of cracking here. There's a big scar with how the mortar in, so at some point relatively recently, because it's not as aged as the other ones, there's been some damage to this wall over the years, that's for sure. Given the fact that these are painted as well, tends to suggest to me that these ones are more modern than the original ones potentially at the top, but I could be mistaken, it's just conjecture. And you can see some of the salt leaking from the wall as well. A natural occurrence. Shame, there would have been information there. Maybe would have told us. Okay, we have a plaque. Old Grey Fire, Hall of the Seven Incorporated Traces of Stirling from 1751 to 1907. Interesting. And we have some modern additives, which, as you can see, these nuts. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Which way? We're going to continue up this way actually, but let's have a look at this quick plaque. You can see some of the cycling teams. Team Equipe de France, Team France. Got the cycling stuff sorted out for the big day tomorrow. Ooh, the old high school. Tempore parendum indeed. Means being ready for the time. This way, but I also kind of want to continue up the walls. I am torn. maybe we don't have enough time to truly see it all. Another art gallery that is down here. Okay, so the castle tells us to go up this way. This will take us again around the back of the castle, but let's see where this leads. So we can always cut on round as originally planned and come back. We still do have time. I just need to get a move on. Looks like some kind of outer defence here. Maybe there was a way in through there originally, who knows. Again, the same here, or maybe these are just reinforced buttresses. That could be the case. I'm not actually sure, but they're quite regular. This one looks like it's reinforcement of some description. I imagine that's what these are as well, but I could be mistaken. I just noticed this. I wonder what that is. Very interesting. This was our first kind of entranceway actually in. Ah, back end of the church. Interesting. Erskine Church. Not much to see from here. It's locked shut, unfortunately. But we can get around to the church from the back side, rather than the front side, given the fact this is back end. Onwards and upwards we go. Look at the size of some of these rocks. Incredible. There's some kind of fungus there or something on that tree. We're well and truly in the canopy now, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, a newer section even still. You can see the stark contrast I imagine that's older. It all has its separate charms though. I don't like either more than the other. It all serves a purpose. This plaque should, hopefully, divulge some of the war's secrets. Let's have a look. Ah, this is the back end of a jail. Interesting, okay. There we go. The old wall was demolished to make the back of the wall for the jail. Yes, I can imagine them being furious, to be honest. Why they didn't have control over what was actually happening, who knows? Interesting, we'll go in there soon. I wonder why the council didn't have much control. Maybe they kind of, the rogue jail builders just came at the middle of the night and demolished it. But I can understand their infuriation, but yes. It looks pretty nonetheless. They did a very good job, I would say. I have these gorgeous, well-cut coin blocks here. I love the kind of serrations that you can see in them. I don't know if that's tool markings when they did that, or that's just decorative. Why? Yeah, it must be decorative, because look, this section here is less undulating and it's kind of uniform, so it's probably decorative. That's what I would surmise, but I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see the kind of the chamfered edges here are more, well, smooth compared to the faces presenting themselves to us. Ooh, we have some datums. Interesting. Number 13. Interesting. And then there's another datum here. Ordnance Survey. Lovely. Okay, you can actually see the wall here bulging somewhat. It's kind of coming out. So I'm no structural engineer, but they kind of need some more bracing going in that way. You can kind of see bulges here as well. Whether this is by design or not, I don't know. It could be extra support, like an extra thickening in this section, but I actually don't know. This rather golden building here. Stained glass. Ah, Cowings Hospital. Ah, so it does. Which is there. Interesting. So again, they just hack down some of the wall and build a new section. Well, not quite, because there's a massive gap there. And those windows aren't as fortified as a solid rock is, so not as secure. But I guess by this point, who is going to invade Stirling? Who knows? Got some little turrets, minarets. I'm not actually sure what they're called, to be honest. Rather pretty indeed. So we can not go up there, we can go around, or we can continue up. What say you? Ah, there you go, John Knox. I think he was a famous figure in the, I don't know, Protestant Reformation or something along those lines. I don't actually know. We can find out later on, no doubt. Check this out. Glorious. Small little alcove to accommodate the something, and in, not sure, the long something to this spot. An account of this something and shelter from every something or other. 1817. There's probably records when this was weathered. Less weathered, rather. The council should definitely spend some money and get this tarted up. It's a shame that it's hard to understand what it is. Aha! The castle. I think we've made it. There's cemetery. Oh, this is a cemetery. Okay. We can actually go in. There's the castle. Okay, this makes more sense. Huh. 4 of the rails have been destroyed. Interesting. Over the town down below. I actually remember that. I thought that big pyramid thing was actually in, I think they have one in Glasgow as well. Very interesting. It is, it's ringing a bell now though. We'll go check that out. Some kind of ornament over here. Let's go check it out. There you go. I'm not sure whether that's a datum or not. They're normally a bit more preserved than this. Okay. Pyramid. A little bit off. I feel like this needs to be turned ever so slightly this way. It's not quite in alignment, is it? Unless you stand here. Okay, now it is. This way's north. As the castle is basically due north of here. Interesting. Executed by drowning. Oof, what a way to go. Wow, refusing to renounce her Protestant faith. Wow. Margaret, Virgin Martyr of the ocean wave, with her like-minded sister Agnes. Something about a foundry, Glasgow. I guess that's the glass. King Judge. Saviour. It is Christ in us, Lord. I don't know which order it goes in. Jesus. Okay, I don't know what that. I need to see what that one says. Maybe we can see it from this side. Let's check around. Oh no. Is that a good or bad omen? Who knows? Lord Jesus King. Okay. I don't know which one goes first, but I'm sure it makes sense somehow. I've lost my bearings. Okay, let's go up to the pyramid. Let's go this way. And back down to the church. After we go up to the castle, I guess. Because I need to go to the castle to then kind of go back around. Who knows? Let's go up to there, go back round. The cycling thing's starting to prepare over there. Then we can come back down and see that. That's the plan. We're doing it. Let's go. I am Presbyterianism. That's the budget. Psalms. What's XL5? What's L? No idea. V is 5, right? No, not sure. Roman numerals. Go past me. Phone of the right. Yeah, more Psalms passages. It's actually selling it. Salem Rock. Interesting. Lord of God, light and truth. Covenant rest. Psalms. Just different passages from Psalms. I'm not sure what significance they have in particular, but maybe that sign back there actually had them. I'll have to read it when I'm going through this film editing. But I mean, check that view out. That's pretty striking, right? Check that out. Okay, let's go to the castle. Oh, there's William Drummond, the guy who helped create the grounds here. Interesting. Yeah. It's a very prominent place here in the graveyard. So this is the way that would have came if I just followed it up instead of taking a cut past. There's a separate cemetery there, potentially, I don't know. You might be able to get access into it down there. I can actually see a footpath over there. We'll go up the stairs to the castle, let's go. This is actually the way I came the first time. I remember going past the pyramids, reading it, being a bit confused, and then doing the same thing this time. So, round 2, basically the same as round 1. Oh, there's the finish line. Interesting.
If we hear anything that remotely...
Yeah, exactly. There's like a million silent N's and H's and D's in there.
And there's the entrance to the castle. This is a very formidable, imposing area right on top of the main rock here. Another statue, probably to Bruce. Or to see mountains in the distance. Spectacular.
Hello, yes.
wonder if you can go that way, I'm not sure. Oh, maybe they've done it so you can only go through the graveyard now. Interesting. There we go, Robert King the Bruce. I butchered that. King Robert the Bruce, there we go. Yeah, it looks like you can't actually go down this way, which makes sense. So they climb up this hill on their cycles, on their bicycles rather, right at the end.
So he went down there.
On a survey. Datum. Lovely. Feels surreal seeing all these tourists, even though I am technically a tourist. But there's way more. When I came here last time, there was basically no one here. It was off season, I guess. We are peak summer, so the amount of tourists is pretty incredible. So the original way to the castle is actually here to the left. People on the bikes are already getting a warm up, I guess. Probably just teammates or whatever. The portcullis. Food actually smells divine. Oh, it smells like roast beef. Delicious. Distillery. Oof. Toll booth. Interesting. There's a way back there as well. I wonder what that takes. Beautiful. Wouldn't mind a quick bite to eat in there. 5-star. Smells divine. Anyway, I'm running out of time. I don't think I've got enough time for the what do you call it? The jail. Which is ironic, right? Because when you're in jail, you've got all the time in the world. Check out the kind of the gargoyles and the figurines. An angel, or cherub rather. An A, interesting. Not sure what that is. Blocked up doorways, little passageways over there. Interesting. I think there was a plaque around the corner actually saying what it is. Must be Latin, some description. Ah, this might have been the original entrance to the graveyard. Check out the intricacies on that stonework. Divine. Beautiful, beautiful, right?
Yeah, it is.
Nice to see you, dude.
How's it going?
Yeah, really good. It's my second time here in Stirling.
Yeah.
It's just incredible, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Truly breathtaking. You think about the amount of time and effort it takes for them to actually
Crazy.
to do that, and the dedication they had.
8 over there.
Yeah, there's one over there as well. I'm not sure what that is, what that stands for.
Inconvenience over there.
Oh, really? There's a second. Thank you very much. There you go. Cheers. Here we go, Mars Walk. Ah, it was the Earl. Interesting. Ah, so yeah, Mars War is decorated with heraldic emblems, is what we saw on the inscriptions. With the northern entrance, the Earl judges his lodging kindly. Fun, like that. Initials and letter A was carved in honour of Mars' wife. Ah, there you go. Annabelle Murray, who lived in the mansion after the husband's death. Oh, interesting. Statues of Dorms, locally known as Jenny Dark, perhaps Scott's habitation effect, John Doe. Ah, interesting. There's the you didn't actually see those, but yeah, the effigies and the heraldic artwork. Mars Walk is damaged by a cannon during the 45 Jacobite Rising, and the building is abandoned. What insurance claim would that have to be? And sorry, my house was attacked by a cannon. Cannon insurance. Incredible, man. This is that front end of the Church of Scotland. And there's the jail. Interesting. Half an hour left. You just see the commanding view that you'd have being so high up. 15th century original oak roof beams. Wow. King James the IV may have helped masons build the latter eastern end. Interesting. The infant King James VI was crowned here, by which time the church was a reformed place of worship. Bullet marks on the tower may date from the siege of Castle by Cromwell's troops in 1651. Incredible, wow. So much history. Let's have a quick look inside. I've never actually been in here before. This is my first time actually entering the church. This is the, remember the back end? There we go. Now we're at the front. Incredible. I'm looking forward to seeing this stained glass window, or these stained glass windows rather. It should be open. It closes at 5. Yes, there's the entrance. I'm not sure if this is newer. I imagine so, because it's still got its red hue, or it's just a different type of rock. Not sure. Which way is the east? This is the eastern end, because the castle's north, right? From memory. So maybe that was with the entrance to the old part, and then this was new. I'm not sure. Let's go. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Just one, please. Do you accept cash?
Yes.
Lovely.
Are you an adult or student?
I'm an adult. Unfortunately for my sins. A student of life. Absolutely.
We're never not students.
Absolutely. If you're not learning something every day, then
It's 5,000.
1, 2, 3, 4, and do you mind taking that last one hidden there, please?
All right.
Ta. Thank you.
It's a little self-guided tour here. So you're in this corner here, and see the number 1 on the wall. And then
Lovely.
you just read along there, and that tells you what you're looking at.
Oh, perfect.
I'll get you a wee guide.
Thank you very much.
Take some many pictures of it.
Smashing, thank you. So there's the original oak.
That's the original.
Wow, incredible.
Isn't it? The oldest one in Scotland.
I'm not surprised. It's probably one of the earliest in the UK as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and Europe, I think.
Yeah.
So brilliant, isn't it?
Divine.
Sort of mid
1400.
Wow. You just think about the skill and the artistry that was done and what drove them to. I mean, look at the stained glass. It's honestly.
All wooden pegs that's holding that up as well. There's
You'll see a different angle as well.
there's no masonry at all.
This used to be the main door to the church.
Oh,
And they
interesting.
changed that in restorations in 1818. They did restorations 1818 and then again about 1936. We have some of the footage of the restoration.
Oh wow. Let me just. Can I leave my hat here? Is that okay?
Yeah,
Save me walking around.
And then we get a collection of hats.
Oh, hopefully.
Sunglasses and umbrellas.
I'm not surprised. Yes, thank you.
So we've got some of the footage on
Oh wow,
the
yeah.
restoration on there. Do you know about the dividing wall in the church? Do you know anything about that?
I read outside on the plaque that the eastern end was rebuilt. Is that something to do with the dividing wall, or?
Well, that was part of the restorations in
Right.
the 30s. So the dividing wall went, see where the red chairs are in that, the organ, right down the middle, that's where the dividing wall went. And the west faced the west door, and the east faced the east direction, so that should sit back to back.
What was the division for? Was it male and female?
Two ministers couldn't agree. So one was James Duffy. He was more extreme. We've got him on the board.
Oh, so it was two different interpretations of.
And Simpson had the west and Guthrie had the east. So at some points, because the congregation was so large, they had different ministers.
Oh wow! So
they
you'd have
couldn't agree.
interesting. So they literally put up a division. Interesting. So you could have any kind of service you'd like. Yeah.
So this was the photograph taken. That's the east church, facing that window.
Okay. Yep. From the inside. From
about-
here.
Probably from about just past those big pillars. I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if you count back one. So okay, that's there. Yeah.
And then that would be you facing the west, which used to be our main door, and it's still got those little chairs in the photograph.
Hasn't been
quite
moved.
nice.
Yeah, it is indeed. Yeah. When was the last person? Are there people buried within the grounds here?
There is in the church.
Yes.
We have a little chapel in the corner, just down here before the organ. So there's several different people buried in there. They're in
Interesting.
lead coffins,
Lead coffins. What's the rationale behind that?
like just to keep them
Style and preserved, interesting.
Nobody's disturbing them
Because they're heavy and they're immovable. Yeah.
Because remember there was all the things that went on and things like that.
Grave robbing and all that kind of shenanigans. Yeah. Do you know when the last person was buried here? I imagine the space is kind of limited, isn't
The
it?
foresters that are in there. And then the latest, the grave, the oldest grave marked out in the graveyard is 15 something.
Oh
It was given.
wow.
So there is unmarked graves, but we think that's the oldest one was the 15 something. So before there was the graveyard, the people were actually buried under the church.
Yes. It's this is a new floor. Is this
Aye.
a raised floor over the?
It must be. I don't know when they put it in, but there's pipes stuff under
Yes. Yeah.
there. And they excavated down underneath to make a sort of basement for the minister and
Oh, interesting.
the choir downstairs.
So there's actual rooms under. There's a way in
The
underneath.
minister's room and the choir room, and there's a little room that would be used for the children, Sunday school and things,
Interesting.
and a meeting room.
Wow. A nice place to have a service for sure, isn't it? Yeah.
Every second Sunday they have a service. So we think originally, because there was that dividing wall, that you can see the arches, there was a false ceiling over covering that original ceiling.
So it wouldn't have been exposed like it is now. Yeah.
So we think that's probably what's preserved it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. That's
Like
incredible.
have a walk around.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your help. The Last Supper, I imagine. Coronation. Look at that Bible, how beautiful that is. Wow, it's very striking. It's like a modern interpretation of stained glass, which I got out. It smells like candles. Consecration Cross, Easter Sepulchre. Oh, there's another cross. So this is this guide. Interesting. Number 1, Consecration Cross. Originally there were 12 of these marking the site where prayers were said at the consecration of the building. 10 can still be seen. I wonder what happened to the other 2. Oh, interesting. That's what root is. Wow. That's in Gaelic. Incredible. Speaking of which, there's another one, Consecration Cross. The artistry and the works that went into that is just phenomenal with stained glass. That's the way down, as the lady said. It's pretty cool. Her Majesty the Queen, 1997. Stained glass and lead. the organ. Every single language you can imagine, wow. Thank you so much. I've got my hat, yes. Made it in a nice prominent place.
I'm trying to figure out who it belonged to with the two of you, and I'm like, no.
No, I see,
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, it's just not.
Okay, so that was the church. One of the many churches. Church of the Holy Rood. Oh, there's a cannon there. Cool. Anyway, my battery's on 5% or so. The phone's going to die. I've got a battery bank in the old bag here, so I'm going to... There goes my phone. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys in a sec. Karen... And here are the cannons I was talking about. A bowling green, interesting. Super quick one before I go. This is the hospital, the back end of the church. Lovely. Very small doors. So unfortunately I don't have time to go to the jail, which is just there. But hey, had fun nonetheless. So yeah, put my thingamabob away, whatever it's called, the gimbal, that's what I was trying to say. You just get the last 2 or 3% on my phone. Hopefully I don't get lost because the car is parked here somewhere and I'm not sure where, so hopefully I find that before the phone dies. And yeah, honestly, the signs absolutely everywhere. More cannons. Those people would be blasted to smithereens. For your bagpiping needs. There you go. Caroline works near Falkirk. Interesting. A gift. When the council discovered it had to pay towards the costs, of course. What happened to the other ones? Melted down probably. Unfortunately. They should have did what they do in Gibraltar and just buried them in the ground. Hey guys, what's up? Albion here, and I'm in a very special place. I'm in Scotland. More specifically, I'm in Stirling. I'm on, not the original Stirling Bridge, but the older, new one, if that makes sense. And you can probably see behind me, over there, I'm near the Wallace Monument. So really steeped in history here. Here for a few days, and then moving on slightly northwards. Let's go exploring. I have been here once before, I will admit, and I'm glad I'm back. I was here maybe 2 years ago, if that. maybe longer than that. I actually can't remember, but I do remember bits of the town slash city. We're actually going to go along the waterfront down there a little bit and try and find some artifacts potentially of the original bridge where the battle was. I think it's slightly down here, the River Forth, from memory. So have a quick look and yeah, we'll take it from there. Go to the castle tomorrow, almost certainly. Maybe frequent a few pubs tonight. I actually practiced my Spanish. There was a group of Spanish tourists. I heard them and I did quite good, although there's quite a lot of words that I didn't understand and their accent was rather tough. So I'm still proud of myself, rocking the Senor Frogs. One of the many Senor Frog shirts that I got, so I can blend in as a Spanish tourist, perhaps. So here's a bit of a better view, as you can see. Rather spectacular. And you're right, I'm down here. And there's got various poems, etc. And this talks about the ancient bridge. Excuse the French here. Well, it's not French, is it? They're talking about the first bridge, which they think is here, but there's no particular ruins or evidence. And talks about the Battle of Stirling Bridge, the Earl of Surrey, 1297. I don't even know what this means. I know what that means, but no idea. So I'm on the other side of the bridge. Second plaque, and I did quickly pre-read this one, just went over there with my family real quick. This is kind of saying it's in between this bend, which we see here. That bridge is that road bridge just there, and that's the one that I just walked on, this old one. So they said it's somewhere here, 25 meters upstream. Oh wait, that is upstream. Yeah, which is basically where that bridge is. That's going that way. Okay. Interesting. I just misread this then.